Totally Bear is easily the most unique bear level in the game, and for that reason it deserves an explanation video. The movement is fairly simple. The fastest way to move is by boosting as soon as you land, then jumping before the boost runs out. That jump right there might look tricky, but it's actually very easy once you are familiar with the movement because it doesn't differ from the normal rhythm at all. While boost timing and jump height don't affect speed directly, they are important when it comes to properly spacing your boosts and jumps. Naturally, you want to maintain top speed throughout the entire level, and good spacing makes that possible. This jump is pretty difficult because it's really tight and it's possible to hit the scenery and die from the TNT. Grabbing this box on the left side is tough because you have to collect it after jumping, but that's nothing compared to this section, which is by far the hardest part of the level. You need to land on the first box while barely clipping it and then grab the last box after you have already jumped. The jump has to be initiated before the boost runs out, which is super precise. One annoying aspect of this level is the lack of consistent feedback on your actual pace. Most of the time the clock has already stopped by the time you hit time crates, or the crates that do stop the clock aren't placed in a consistent way. In fact, there are only 2 useful time crates in the whole level, and after the last one you are completely in the dark about how your run is going. Time crates are only reliable when you run directly into them. That said, this isn't always the best option because you can hit them faster by taking worse lines in some places. The worst case scenario is when you have to land on top of a crate, as the timing can vary by over 0.10 seconds. That might not sound like a lot, but in these levels it's huge. The start of the level is unique because the clock must be grabbed before you jump on the polar bear. The optimal way is to hit the animation trigger and touch the clock while landing. If done correctly, you will always land on polar at the same time. Saving time in bear levels comes down to 2 things: pressing boost as soon as you land and taking the best possible lines. The fastest line is always as close to the inside of the turn as possible. Even if you can't perfectly hug the wall, you should still get as close as possible. Most of the time when you see me move sideways, it's to get towards the next inner curve. A lot of turns in the level have these double corners. You never want to hold towards these while turning, since you will get stuck between them for a few frames. Instead, you should hug the first wall, then go neutral while turning. If the next turn is in the same direction, you can start holding towards the wall again after passing the second corner. But there is an odd case. In this specific section, the first corner sends you slightly too far to the right. So here you want to start holding left shortly after passing the first corner. It's a small adjustment, but it actually saves 5 frames, which is huge. These are the kind of things we deal with in these levels. One thing that isn't as relevant in this level but very important in other bear levels is jumping over hills instead of running up them. We are naturally jumping over the hills in this level, but that is something to keep in mind. You can also drag your boost quite a bit, as seen in this section. The boost here is incredibly tight. You can barely reach the final box before the boost runs out. We are talking about frames here, and missing either the first or the last box ends the run. Now let's talk about the final mechanic, the early finish glitch. You trigger it by jumping near the level end portal and pausing and restarting the time trial before touching it. Some people claim this is frame perfect, but it's actually a lot more forgiving. What makes Totally Bear different from other bear levels is that you don't have to run through the level twice to get the glitch to work. That's one of the reasons this is the best bear level for time trials. The portal is farther from where you land, so you don't teleport to it automatically. Instead, you regain control, move a bit and get teleported once you reach the door. In other bear levels, the time it takes for the timer to stop after landing is completely random. You could try manipulating it, but after tens of hours of testing, I haven't found a single consistent method. The only thing I have confirmed is that if you trigger the glitch by pausing right as you touch the portal, you lose time, so the best strategy is to jump and pray for a good ending. But with Totally Bear, you don't have to worry about any of that. Everything is 100% skill based, and I think that's fantastic. Combine that with a consistent clock grab at the start and you have got the best bear level for time trials where only movement matters. Let's go over the ending section quickly. You can lose a ton of time here if you mess up. The best strategy I have found is to slide on the first frame you regain control of grass. You also want to jump as quickly as possible because the teleport triggers when you land near the door. If you delay the jump or extend it, all that extra time spent in the air will result in time loss. You can buffer the slide to make it more consistent, but if you press it too early, it won't work. Funnily enough, in my run I managed to press the slide on the first possible frame even though I was trying to buffer it. I actually ended up getting the perfect finish and my timer stopped 1.45 seconds before regaining control. That's the best result I have gotten and I have done it multiple times. In this section every frame counts, but as long as you slide on frame 1 and jump quickly after, you should be good. Hopefully I have covered everything you need to know about bear levels. Thanks for watching.